Hey everybody, it's Tuesday lesson time again, and looks like it's going to be Syncopation month. I had a lot of people reach out to me on my last video, Syncopation Module 2, Vinny style linear patterns, really the name should actually be linear compound stickings, but I digress. I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out and wanted copies of the PDF and purchased them through me, and thank you for the support during these times. It's very important for us as, musicians who make a living doing this to be able to keep trying to do this as much as possible and still be able to serve all of you and, just keep our morale high at the same time. So again, thank you very much. For anybody who is interested, you can always email me at aaronspinkdrums@gmail.com. If you want lesson PDFs for any of the videos that you see, or if you want to discuss doing Skype or Zoom lessons, as well as I also have my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/aaronspink, where I've got different tiers set up that instead of you having to contact me in kind of an a la carte style for video PDFs, you can always sign up to the different tiers that will give you access to certain videos, or certain lesson PDFs for videos. So $5 tier is for video lesson PDFs for every other week. And the $10 tier is for lesson PDFs for every single week. So 52 weeks in a year, basically every Tuesday from the beginning of the year to the end. So again, if you're interested in any of those things, go to those pages that I mentioned or email me, contact me, any shape or form, but I'm here to help. Because of the popularity of my last video, or people just contacting me about it and really finding an interest in what I was talking about, I thought I would expand upon that all month, and I'll continue expanding on that past July, but for every lesson video this week, it's going to be based on the page 37/38 of the Syncopation book. And for this one, part 3, or module 3, it's kind of a non-linear version of the Vinny style patterns or compound phrases that I was playing before. This one is mostly based on inverted doubles through the hands, while your kick is the part of the drum set that is playing the patterns that you're reading. So the focus is on the kick. Hands are kind of creating the filler. But there's a little bit of a twist on this that's important to go through, which I'll go through in a second, but let's break down the phrases. So we'll first start off basic eighth note phrases. If I had an entire bar of eighth notes, I want to subdivide those into 2/16 each, and that'll just be right, left in the hands, right accent in the hi-hat, left ghosted in the snare drum, and your kick is, the main focus of that, playing those eighth notes. So that would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Pretty straight ahead. That's the easy one. When we get to quarter notes, again, subdividing into 4/16 notes, the pattern would be accented on the kick on the first beat, and your hands would be playing inverted doubles, right, left, left, right. Now, this is where the flair happens, or the little tasty twist, or the spice kind of comes into play. Your right foot, because you're doing inverted doubles in your hands, whenever you lead back into a figure with your kick, that comes from an inverted double happening at the end of a phrase with your right hand. So in other words, if you finish the phrase in your right hand, you want to have your kick also play, anticipating the downbeat of the next pattern. So I'll show you what that's going to sound like if I just played 16th notes on quarter values. So 1, 2, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. So as you can tell there, my right hand is really laying into the accent on that downbeat on 1, 2, 3, 4. But my kick is still going to anticipate that accented note of that downbeat on the leading into it. So 1 E and A 2. And it's optional. In the PDF, I have that last kick written with a bracket around it, so it's optional. So if you wanted to try to do it without that, again, kind of walking before you can run, or another analogy I say is make your cake before you worry about the icing and decorations. Pick a metaphor, they're all fun. But ultimately, you want to try to get it down without having to do that anticipating kick at the end. So that would sound like this. So you can try that as a placeholder to start, just getting used to where the right foot is going to play with the remainder of the phrases in the page on page 37. And get used to that first before you add in the extra little icing on the cake. Dotted quarter note values, 6/16 notes, should be pretty straight ahead because you're ending in the left hand. And really you're kind of just playing a 6-stroke roll, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, coming back to the right hand. So that would sound like this. So fairly straight ahead. The ones that get a little interesting are the next two. So the main one being our half note value, or 8/16 note phrase. If I continue doing the inverted double on that, you're going to end in the right hand. So here's the phrase that I played in the performance video. Right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, with the anticipating kick at the end being played and then coming back around to the top again. That would sound like this. Again, you can take that kick out if you want and just get used to playing the phrase by itself with the accent only being on the first note of the phrase. And you can also change the phrase to fit where you don't even have to play that kick because you're going to finish in the left hand. When I studied this stuff with Paul DeLong back when I was at Humber College, the phrase that he actually had in there, and I think it was based on a Casey Sherrill module that was made, would be right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left. I think that was the one. So you could always change up and use that one, which in the grand scheme of the entire 40 bars on page 37, you would have less anticipating kicks coming back into your beginning of phrases. So that one would sound like this. That's another optional phrase. And then the last one is your group of 10/16 at the very end, which I kind of count as a finisher. So I have a bunch of different variations written out in the PDF. But ultimately, the pattern I'm playing there at the very end is right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. So it ends on a snare. And that way, if you're repeating back to the very top again to play it a second time, you don't have to worry about doing an anticipating kick leading back into the top. So that one just sounds like this. So you can do a lot of different options in there, but like I said, I have some of those right now in the PDF version of this lesson. So if you want a copy of that, please contact me, aaronspinkdrums@gmail.com, or go to my Patreon page, www.patreon.com/Aaron Spink, and check out the reward tiers there, which will give you options of having video lesson PDFs every week or every other week. And other than that, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting, and hope everybody's staying safe.